Welcome back, students. So again we are here with chapter 3, word problems. Two women and five men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days. So the first condition is that two women and five men are completing a work in 4 days, right? And in second condition, three women and six men are finishing the same piece of work in 3 days. Find the time taken by one woman alone to finish the work and that taken by one man alone. So here I have presented you two women, right? As in the first case it is, there are two women. If both of them are taking X days to complete the piece of work, and here you can see five men. Each man is taking Y days to complete the piece of work. These many people, all these together, they are working for how many days? X days and Y days to complete one piece of work, right? So we have to find the time taken by one woman alone to finish the work. So one woman is taking X days to complete one work. So in one day, how much work she would have finished? She would have finished the work 1 upon X. Similarly, one man is taking Y days to complete one work. In one day, he would have completed 1 upon Y piece of work. Now, in the previous slide, we saw that one woman worked in one day, then we had 1 upon X. Now, instead of 1, there are 2 women. So, we will have 2 upon X. 1 multiplied by 2 is 2 upon X. So, in one day, though 2 women can do the work is 2 upon X. Similarly, one man did the work in one day was equal to 1 upon Y. So, 5 men will do the same work in one day. It will be 5 upon Y. Here there are 5 men. So, 5 upon Y. Now, the first condition should be applied. Now this work is for one day. Here I have shown that if it takes 4 days to complete the work, then every day they will do 1 upon 4th work. In one day they complete 1 upon 4th work. In second day they complete 1 upon 4th work. Like that to complete the whole work. Each day they will be doing 1 upon 4th work. You add the numerators, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, you get 4 upon 4. That is equal to whole work. So in one day, how much work they are completing? 1 upon 4. So you can see that 2 upon X is the work done by 2 women in one day. 5 upon Y is the work done by 5 men in one day. And 1 upon 4 is the total work done by these two people, men and women, these two kind of people, gender of people. Men and women together they are doing the work in one day. They are completing only 1/4 work. From this also you can get the idea why did I took 1 upon X in the previous slide. 1 upon X was resembling this 1 upon 4. In one day the work done by women was 1 upon X because for the whole work they needed X days. Here for the whole work they are needing 4 days. See, it is written in the question. In the first condition, they are requiring 4 days. The same condition was applied that if the lady is completing the whole work in X days, then in one day she has completed 1 upon X work. And the same condition is applied to men. If one man is requiring Y days to complete the work, whole work, then in one day he will complete 1 upon y. And particularly 4 days, as the particular condition is about 4 days, then if the whole work is taking 4 days to complete, then in one day it will require 1 upon, it will take 1 upon 4, or 1 upon 4th work will be completed in one day. Everywhere the same condition. Now this first equation is of the first condition, which is in the first statement. In the next slide, we will take the second condition. Now here is the case 2. Here I have shown you, what are you seeing? 3 parts. It means they are taking how many days to complete this work? 3 days. The whole work will be completed in 3 days. In one day, how much work will be completed? 1 by 3. So it is in RHS. But who are completing? Men and women. How many women? 3 women. One woman, how much work? 1 upon x. 3 women, how much work in one day? 3 upon x. One man, how much work in one day? 1 upon y. 6 men are doing how much work in one day? 6 upon y. Total how much they are working? 3 upon x plus 6 upon y is the work done by men and women in one day. That is equal to 1 by 3, which is in the question, because they are taking 3 days. So in one day they are completing 1 by 3. This is the second condition. Now here we have found the equation of 1 and 2 for the work done in one day only. Okay. Why? Because that is also in the question. Time taken by one woman alone to finish the work and taken by one man alone. At present we are doing the sum of one day. Now let us understand this sum step by step. Let the number of days taken by one woman to complete the work be x, and the number of days taken by one man to complete the work is y. From where did we get it? We have to look at the last line. Find the time taken by one woman alone to finish the work. So that will become x, and the time taken by one man alone will become y. These are the two required numbers. So we assume them as variables x and y. The work done by a woman in one day, we already found out it is 1 by x, and for one man it is 1 by y. These two conditions were already found out. Now, these two conditions. Now, here we can see 1 upon 4, and we'll multiply by 4 in LHS. We'll transpose 4 to LHS. So, 4 into 2 is 8 upon x, and 4 into 5 is 20 upon y. This is the first equation. So 8 upon x plus 20 upon y is equal to 1 will be the first equation. And what about the second condition? Again you transpose 3 to LHS, multiply by 3, you get 9 upon x, and 18 upon y is equal to 1. This is the second condition. Now these two are the equations on which we will work. Equation 1 and equation 2. And we will use our substitution and elimination methods. Now we are going to reduce those two equations into a linear form. So what shall we do? We shall substitute 1 upon x is equal to p and 1 upon y is equal to q, and reduce them to the linear equations. So thereby we get 8p plus 20q is equal to 1, and 9p plus 18q is equal to 1. As you can see, now we are going to use our elimination method to remove one of the variables. Here we will remove p. So for removing p, we have to multiply this equation, third equation, by 9, and the fourth equation by 8. So we get 72p, and it will get eliminated. Here remains the q factor, and q is equal, on subtracting, here we are going to subtract, because you can see that they are having the same sign. So on subtracting, we get 36q is equal to 1, and thereby we get the value of q. Then we substitute the value of q in equation 4. It is simpler one. You can see that equation 4 is simpler than equation 3. So we are substituting it in equation 4. Which value? Value of q. And then we are getting the value of p. Hence the value of p is 1 upon 18 and value of q is equal to 1 upon 36. As we know, 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. Now we will replace this p with 1 upon 18, which we got the value of p as 1 upon 18. So x is equal to 18, and we will replace q with 1 by 36, whose value we got in the previous slide. Q is equal to 1 upon 36. So 1 by y is equal to 1 upon 36 and y will be 36. Now what does x represent? X represents the work done by one woman, time taken by one woman to complete the work. So the time taken by one woman to complete the work is 18 days. And what does this y is equal to 36 represents? Y represents the time taken by one man to complete the work. Hence, one man will complete the work in 36 days. Ruhi travels 300 kilometers to her home partly by train and partly by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus. This is first condition. And what about the second condition? If she travels 100 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Find the speed of the train and the speed of the bus separately. So let us first take the speed of train. Here the speed of train is equal to x kilometers per hour. That is asked in the question. Speed of train and speed of bus is the last line. Always, usually the variables are the last line of the question. So that will consume your less time. Go to the last line and put the variables. The speed of the train is x kilometers per hour. And what about the bus? The speed of bus is y kilometers per hour. Now using these two speeds, we are going to write the first and the second conditions. In both the conditions, the speed will remain the same. The speed of the train will be x kilometer per hour and the speed of the bus will be y kilometer per hour. In both the conditions, these two values will remain the same because she is going to hire the same train and the same bus. But the conditions are separate. How much distance is between her home and her office or wherever she is going? She's going from office or from whichever place she's reaching her home. The distance she's traveling is how much? It is 300 kilometers, right? But now in those two conditions, you'll find that she travels this by train and by bus separate kilometers. Once she will travel 60 kilometers by train in the first condition and the remaining by bus. But in second condition, she will travel 100 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus. Because of this difference, the time taken to reach her home will also change. Let's see how it is changing. Let's work out the sum. Let the speed of the train be x kilometer per hour and the speed of the bus be y kilometer per hour. As I told you that the speed of the train and the bus are not going to change. They are constant. Only the conditions are applying because Ruhi is traveling different distances in different cases. If she is traveling 60 kilometers by train in case 1, but she is traveling 100 kilometers by train in case 2. So because of this different different distance traveled by train and in bus, the cases are differing. So let us take the first case where Ruhi is traveling 60 kilometers by train. and then it is given that remaining she is traveling by bus. They have not told you that 240 she is traveling by bus, but it is quite understood. How is it understood? Because total distance traveled by Ruhi is 300 kilometers. So if she travels 60 kilometers by train, then it is understood that she will travel the remaining 240 kilometers by bus. Now we will apply this condition that what is the time taken to cover 60 kilometers by train. As you know that time is equal to distance upon speed. So the distance covered in train is 60 kilometer and speed of the train is x. So 60 upon x is the time taken to cover the distance by train. And how much time is taken to cover the distance by bus? It is equal to distance upon speed. The distance covered by bus is 240 and the speed is y. So time is equal to distance upon speed. This y is the speed of which vehicle? It is the speed of bus. So 240 upon y is the time taken to cover the distance by bus. Total time taken is again given in condition 1. She is taking 4 hours. So for in first case she is taking 4 hours, means when you add these two distances together, when you are adding these two time together, you are getting 4 hours. The time taken by train plus the time taken by bus is equal to 4 hours to reach her home. And her home is how far? It is 300 kilometers away from the destination from where she has started. Now, as we are seeing that this is not in a linear form, we will reduce it to the linear form. For that, we will assume 1 by x is equal to u and 1 by y is equal to v. And here's the linear form. Now, let's move to case 2. Here, the Ruhi is traveling 100 kilometers by train. So the time taken to cover distance by train is equal to distance upon speed. In train she travels 100 kilometers and the speed is constant. Speed of train is x. So time taken is 100 upon x. Similarly, the time taken to cover the distance by bus. Here again the remaining distance is covered by bus. What means remaining? 300 minus 100. Is 200 is remaining. That remaining 200 distance is covered by bus. So 200 upon y. Y is the speed of the bus, which is constant in both the cases. So 200 upon y is the time taken to cover the distance by bus. Total time taken here is, now this is an interesting part. Be very careful that here in question it is given that she takes 10 minutes longer. The students commit the mistake of writing 10 minutes. They write here equal to 10, which is wrong. What means 10 minutes longer? 4 hours plus 10 minutes. She is taking longer time. 4 hours plus 10 minutes. So 10 minutes longer. Now 4 hours means 4 plus 10 minutes means how much hours? 10 upon 60. That is equal to 4 plus 1 upon 6, which is a mixed number. Convert it into improper fraction, 25 upon 6, and then you write it. So here is the time, here also time, and here also time. So everything is equated. Now reduce it to the linear equation. And these are condition 1 and condition 2. Now let me first remind you that equation 1 was 60u plus 240v is equal to 4 and equation 2 was 100u plus 200v is equal to 25 upon 6. Right? This was about 60 kilometers by train and 240 kilometers by bus, and this was about 100 kilometers by train and 200 kilometers by bus. So these were equation 1 and 2. Now we want to eliminate u. So what can we do? We have to multiply this equation by 10. Then it will become 600. And how will we get 600 in equation 2? We'll multiply it by 6. So we will get 600. In both the equation, in order to get 600, we have to multiply the first equation by 10 and the second equation by right? So we'll multiply the second equation by 6. Now 600 will get eliminated, as you can see over here, and the u factor will be eliminated. What will you remain with? V will be there. We'll find the value of V, which is 1 upon 80. Now we'll substitute this value of V in equation 1, which is equation 1, 60u plus 240V is equal to 4. We will replace V with 1 upon 80, and then we'll get the value of U, which is 1 upon 60. But we know that we have assumed 1 upon x is equal to U. So here 1 upon x is equal to 1 upon 60. Therefore x will be 60. Similarly, we have assumed 1 upon y is equal to v. And what is the value of v? It's over here, 1 upon 80. So let us say that 1 upon y is equal to 1 upon 80, and therefore y is equal to 80. The speed of the train is 60 kilometers per hour. Why? Because it is the variable x. And what is the variable y? It is the speed of the bus. The speed of the bus is 80 kilometers per hour. Here is an assignment for you. I have given you 3 sums. Do practice it properly, and all the best. Thank you and all the best.